That's the same thing, kind of what happened to Allen Iverson. It's like, he had all the gifts. He was right there with Kobe. He was right there with Kobe. Two different heights, but it don't matter. We all know what Allen Iverson was. It wasn't about the height. Everybody could say, well, Kobe had the height, that's gave him an advantage. No, we know what Allen Iverson was. All he had to do was really put in the work to, make it happen. I mean, LeBron, you can kind of say he had the same type of struggle when he won in 2016 with a team that wasn't, really worthy of being in the championship. Allen Iverson didn't have a team worthy of being in the championship, but they were a team. They played together for some years. They wasn't no slouches now. At the same time, you had Dikembe Mutombo, one of the best defensive players in the league. Eric Snow he wasn't an elite point guard, but he was pretty good. He was good enough, to play alongside Allen Iverson. At least Allen Iverson wasn't complaining, so he must have been really good at what he did. Who else you had? George Lynch, people like that. But at the end of the day, uh, he had what he needed. That's what Christ is saying in that scripture. You got the talents and you got the gifts and you got the understanding that you need. Do something with it. That's all he's saying. You got what you need. Do something with it. And Allen Iverson just couldn't pull through that with that championship. At least one. You know what I mean? And that's what Christ was ultimately, that's what he was upset with the guy with, because he didn't, with the brother, he didn't use his talents wisely. Matthew 25:13. Let's look at that real quick. It say, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. For the kingdom of heaven is a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. So he's just saying, hey, you are all prepared with what you need. This is what you prepare with. This is the tool. Allen Iverson used practice. We use study. Excuse me. Kobe Bryant used practice. We use study. Kobe Bryant got up at 4. We got to set a time for us to study and then, go to work, or study and then participate with family, study and then, pray. And then I have alarms so that I can pray throughout the day. I have alarms so that when I pray, I can study. That way I'm not slacking on the word. You see what I'm saying? Because Joshua 1:8 talks about, if you meditate, study, and, be in the word night and day, then thou shalt have great success. And Joshua was, who he was. He was a general, after he followed right after Moses. So, like I was saying, we don't know the time, the day, nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh, when Christ is going to return. Therefore, you got to be ready when it's time for the championship. The championship is the kingdom. You got to be ready. Are you going to hit that last shot at the buzzer? Are you going to pass the shot off to somebody else for them to hit the shot? Or are you going to practice so hard that you want to take the last shot because you want to ensure victory?